In 1962, Sam Walton opened the first Walmart in Rogers, Arkansas, population 5,000. Every retail expert said he was making a mistake. Big discount stores only worked in cities. Rural towns were too small to support them. Walton ignored the experts and opened stores in towns everyone else dismissed as worthless. Kmart, Woolco, and other discount chains were fighting over cities and suburbs. They wanted locations near highways, shopping malls, and population centers. Walton went the opposite direction. He targeted towns under 10,000 people that had been completely ignored by national retailers. By 2023, Walmart had become the largest company by revenue in the United States, generating over $600 billion annually and employing over 2 million people. This is the story of how Sam Walton built an empire in places nobody else wanted to compete. If you are interested in how companies succeed by doing the opposite of conventional wisdom, subscribe to SnapOldBusiness. We cover the real stories behind legendary companies. Subscribe now and let us get into how Walmart conquered rural America. Sam Walton was born in 1918 in Oklahoma during the Great Depression. His family moved frequently as his father looked for work. Walton grew up poor, worked multiple jobs as a teenager, and learned early that every dollar mattered. That frugality never left him. After serving in World War II, Walton bought a Ben Franklin variety store franchise in Newport, Arkansas in 1945. He ran it successfully for 5 years, then lost the lease when the landlord decided not to renew. Walton had to start over from nothing. He moved to Bentonville, Arkansas, and opened another Ben Franklin store in 1950. Bentonville had a population of about 3,000 people. It was small, remote, and nowhere near any major city. Walton made it work anyway by keeping costs low and prices lower. Through the 1950s, Walton expanded to multiple Ben Franklin stores across Arkansas and Missouri. He focused on small towns where he faced little competition, but he was constrained by the Ben Franklin franchise model, which limited how low he could price products and how he could operate. In 1962, Walton proposed to Ben Franklin executives that they should open large discount stores in small towns. The executives said the idea was ridiculous. Small towns could not support big stores. Walton disagreed. He decided to do it himself. On July 2, 1962, Walton opened the first Walmart discount city in Rogers, Arkansas. The store was 15,000 square feet, enormous by small-town standards but tiny compared to urban discount stores. Walton priced everything as low as possible and advertised aggressively. That same year, 1962, 3 other major discount chains launched: Kmart, Target, and Woolco. All of them focused on cities and suburbs. They had access to more capital, better locations, and established distribution networks. Walmart had none of those advantages. What Walmart had was a strategy nobody else was using. Walton opened stores in towns so small that competitors ignored them completely. There was no Kmart in Rogers, Arkansas. There was no Woolco in Bentonville. Walmart had these markets to itself. The small-town strategy created a natural moat. Even if competitors wanted to enter later, the towns were too small to support discount stores. Walmart got there first and locked them out. This was not accidental. Walton understood he was building barriers to entry. Walton expanded slowly and methodically through the 1960s. He opened stores in towns within a day's drive of Bentonville. Each new store was placed strategically to allow centralized distribution. This clustering approach would become critical to Walmart's success. By 1970, Walmart had 38 stores, all in small towns across Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Revenue was $44 million. The company went public that year to raise capital for faster expansion. Walton owned the majority of shares and kept control. Here is where Walmart's competitive advantage really emerged. Walton invested heavily in distribution centers and logistics. He built massive warehouses centrally located to serve clusters of stores. Trucks could resupply multiple stores efficiently in a single route. Competitors like Kmart relied on manufacturers to ship products directly to individual stores. This was cheaper up front but slower and less flexible. Walmart's distribution centers gave it control over inventory, faster restocking, and lower costs at scale. Walton also embraced technology earlier than competitors. In the 1970s, Walmart installed computers and barcode scanners to track inventory in real time. The company knew exactly what was selling in every store and could adjust orders instantly. Competitors were still doing inventory by hand. The combination of small-town locations, centralized distribution, and real-time inventory data created a cost structure competitors could not match. Walmart could sell products cheaper than anyone else and still make money. That price advantage was structural, not temporary. Through the 1970s and 1980s, Walmart kept expanding into small towns across the South and Midwest. Every new store followed the same pattern: open in an underserved town, build or expand a nearby distribution center, use logistics efficiency to undercut local competitors on price. Local mom-and-pop stores could not compete. They paid higher wholesale prices, had less selection, and could not match Walmart's scale. Many went out of business within a few years of Walmart arriving. This became one of the most controversial aspects of Walmart's growth. Walton was unapologetic about the impact on small businesses. He believed Walmart provided lower prices and better selection than local stores could offer. The consumer benefited even if local store owners lost. That argument was economically true but socially brutal. By 1990, Walmart had become the largest retailer in America, surpassing Sears. The company had 1,928 stores and 275,000 employees. Sam Walton was one of the richest people in the world, and Walmart was still mostly operating in small towns. The company then made a strategic shift. Having dominated rural America, Walmart began opening stores in suburbs and eventually cities. The small-town strategy had built the infrastructure and expertise needed to compete nationally. Now Walmart was ready to take on Kmart and Target directly. Walmart's supply chain advantage, built over decades in small towns, translated perfectly to larger markets. The company could open suburban stores and undercut Target and Kmart immediately. Competitors had no equivalent logistics network. Walmart was operating on a different cost curve. Sam Walton died in 1992 at age 74. By then, Walmart was unstoppable. The company continued expanding aggressively under new leadership, opening supercenters that combined groceries and general merchandise, and eventually expanding internationally. Today, Walmart operates over 10,000 stores in 24 countries. It is the largest private employer in the United States and Mexico. The small-town strategy that every expert said would fail built the foundation for one of the most dominant companies in history. Here is what the Walmart story teaches. First, underserved markets create opportunities. Everyone else was fighting over cities. Walton found an entire segment of the country that had been ignored, that gave him room to build without competition. Second, infrastructure creates competitive advantage. Walmart's distribution centers and logistics network were expensive to build, but impossible for competitors to replicate quickly. By the time anyone tried to copy it, Walmart was years ahead. Third, technology adoption matters more than most companies realize. Walmart's early investment in computers and barcode scanners gave it an information advantage that translated directly into cost savings. The technology was not glamorous, but it was powerful. Fourth, staying local longer can be better than expanding fast. Walmart did not rush into big cities. It dominated small towns first, built infrastructure, and then expanded from strength. Many startups do the opposite and burn out, trying to compete everywhere at once. The criticisms of Walmart are real and significant. The company's low-wage model has been accused of keeping workers in poverty while generating massive profits for shareholders. Many small towns lost their independent businesses when Walmart arrived. These costs are not hypothetical. Walmart also pushed suppliers relentlessly to cut costs, which led to manufacturing moving overseas and American jobs disappearing. The cheap prices came with economic consequences that rippled through communities. The benefits of low prices are distributed widely. The costs are concentrated locally, but the economic reality is also complicated. Walmart saved consumers billions of dollars annually through lower prices. Those savings disproportionately helped lower-income families who could not afford higher prices elsewhere. The company provided jobs, even if the wages were low. The Walmart model shows that business success and social impact do not always align. The company succeeded by doing exactly what it set out to do, provide the lowest possible prices to consumers. That goal was achieved. Whether it was worth the costs is a different question. Sam Walton himself lived modestly despite his wealth. He drove an old pickup truck, flew coach, and stayed in budget hotels. He believed in frugality not as performance but as principle. That culture permeated Walmart and reinforced the low-cost obsession. The small-town strategy was not just smart business, it was personal. Walton grew up in small towns. He understood them. He knew they were underserved and undervalued. He built Walmart for people like the ones he grew up with. That authenticity made the strategy work. The legacy of Walmart is visible across America. In thousands of small towns, Walmart is the largest employer, the biggest taxpayer, and the only place to buy most goods. Whether that is good or bad depends on who you ask. But it is undeniably real. Competitors tried to copy Walmart's model after it succeeded, but by then it was too late. The distribution centers were built, the towns were occupied, the cost structure was locked in. Walmart had a decade head start, and in retail that is nearly insurmountable. The lesson for any business is clear. Find the market nobody wants, build infrastructure there first, and use that advantage to expand later. Sam Walton did not invent discount retail. He just did it in places everyone else thought were worthless. That made all the difference. Subscribe if this story was worth your time. See you in the next one.